1-0 for Queen of War. And we have on this new Deccan map a Portuguese mirror. And I forgot to install the UI. I will try to do it during the game. I hope it will work. I'm not sure if it works. Yeah, it's a bit sad without UI, it makes not so much sense. We need to rehost. I'm a bad caster. I was playing myself before, and so then I always deinstall it, and then I need to install it again, but this was now so fast, and yeah. So yeah, there we go again. Let's hope Beere can green up and everything will be fine, and also my UI. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, this is the right one. We are good to go with this. So, there we go. Queen of War was a spare 10. It's 1-0. We casted yesterday already the first game, pretty late, at like 23 GMT. And now we're moving on to game 2. And it's a port mirror on New Deccan. I can tell you guys on New Deccan, I mean on the normal Deccan on RE, you have here or here, depends, no, here with the 2 trading posts, you have here a little bit of water crossing, and this will remove that you can't make warships or something like that, and also you will not find any kind of OP treasure, like that your infantry have 10% more attack or HP. I'm not sure what kind of treasure it is. And well, in a port mirror it doesn't matter if I delete my TC so early, because it's anyway mirror and they get the same amount of XP. Boss players should be able to take TP early on. They spawn in the mirror, and also with the Bahaki temple next to their base, and not the native here. Usually you have the natives here inside of the big mountain. We have also some yaks still on this map, and yeah, so let's see if the players are able to pick a lot of treasures, because we have still some nice treasures here, like 80 coin, and oh, this is pretty nice, 90 wood. Would have liked him to pick it up. So let's do it like this, and yeah, Queen of War could just I mean, what is, wait, this is Queen of War, this is Barrier. He's picking up slowly his coin. I'm not sure why he is mining coin. There's so much coin on the floor, it's definitely enough. To be honest, you could just buy 100 wood and build your TP and shop the rest 50 wood. Especially here, this treasure, it's breaking my heart. She could have just taken it, and with this, well, she built her house already, but she could take it and then take the TP. Yeah, and I have a co-caster who's joining me right now. Kaiserklein!
Hello. Yeah, so we have game 2 of what we started yesterday on Deccan, the pot mirror. Yeah, I was gonna say that, can you set 0 on the other side also, because it's bugged?
Yeah. I think
Like
I can't.
try 1 and then 0. Oh, okay, yes, that's really weird. Okay, anyway, yeah, I also not sure. Can you check Queen of War? Okay, she has a market at least. But yeah, you can take a TP. It's in the radius. It's possible, right, on this map.
Yeah, it is. And look, Queen of War is already aging, while Bear
So
is still on coin. I don't understand. You want with ports to age up to every age as soon as possible you can, and especially on Deccan with all these crates, you
yeah,
can.
basically the logic of behind the boom is usually that you want to get your town centers up as soon as you can. It's a general rule, I think. Like for example, if you're Germany or France or Spain, you're just gonna try to have the best possible fortress time with a TC with 600 wood ready for a TC. That's your goal, to get your second TC up as soon as possible, and then your third TC directly as well. And with sports, of course, you don't need to chop for a TC, and you get your second TC in colonial. So it's of course very interesting to age up to colonial as soon as you can, like in sub kind of. So yeah, he's delaying his colonial and potentially just deleting villagers right now, because every 25 seconds he delays is one less villager he will produce from his second town center. So yeah, we will see the villager difference. I think right now Red is ahead, of course, because he has been making villagers while Queen is aging. But I think we will see the difference in villagers pretty soon. I believe Queen will be 3 villagers ahead because she aged up 3 villagers faster. If she doesn't idle her town center, this should be what happens.
Yeah, and she's dropping her town center directly next to her other town center. I really like this positioning early on. Because you want to, as soon as possible, go into H3 that you can send your H3 shipments. And well, this deck is pretty standard. She don't have the H1 upgrade for her 3x Proas. Instead of this, of course, you have cheaper nuts. This is usually a really standard deck. And Bereten has the same.
Is it exactly the same, really?
It's exactly. There's
oh
no
yeah,
difference.
Well, okay. But they still don't take a TP, which I don't understand, because I think it's really worth it to just, you know, like anyways they got the wood, I guess, more or less. Like in age 1 you can buy wood or whatever and just get your TP up, and I think it's super interesting. Bear is apparently going to try to race to fortress, but I'm afraid this is not gonna pay off so much. But I'm still wondering why Queen is not ahead in villagers. Like we said, she has her second TC up already, and she should. Well, now she's at 16, yeah. And oh, the second TC is gonna have a lot of walking time. So I think we will see Queen ahead in villagers indeed.
Yeah, I need to say that the spawn of Queen is a little bit slightly better. She have stands much closer to her TCs, so that's why I guess Bear is putting his TC here.
Yeah. This was not worth a rehouse, you think?
I think it's fine. It's treaty, and he can definitely like get this under TC, and also this here. He just need to herd.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Well, let's face it. Even when it would have been a rehouse without a caster, there would have been no rehouse.
Yeah. So if anything, at least Bear is aging faster to fortress. He's already aging with a fast age up politician to fortress age. But
yeah.
he's behind by 4 villagers now.
He's behind by 4 villages, but I want to point out that he will be able to mass his villagers faster, and also to send his H3 shipments faster than Queen.
Yes, this is true. He will be able to get his town center up faster. Of course, that's his plan. But is it really worth it? I'm afraid it's not. I would also like to point out that the H3 up cards, they don't snowball. Basically, if you ship them later, you just lose some resources because you didn't have the upgrade when you gathered your food and coin. But when you're down 7 villagers, like Bear is right now, these 7 villagers are gonna stay all game. It's not just a fixed amount of resources you're losing, it's a linear amount of resources. All the times they keep gathering, and Queen just gets much more resources in. And even if Bear is gonna be able to catch up a little bit now with his certain center, I don't think he will catch up the whole gap. I believe there will be maybe still 2 or 3 villagers more for Queen of War. I think that's what's gonna happen. At least one or two, I would say, and I guess that's just better, in my opinion. We will see.
Yeah, he have
Refrigeration.
Which, yeah.
And smartly, yeah, but by the way, he doesn't have steel traps, he doesn't have the second gold upgrade. So refrigeration is 20%, just like steel traps, so he doesn't have any eco advantage actually. He also got the wood upgrade, which I don't understand. You don't really need it in a Portuguese boom, because you anyway have so much population space from the three town centers, you don't really need to chop for houses. So I'm a bit confused. That's why he was able to age up so fast to H3. It's also because he cut his upgrades. So now you see he was able to age up 1 minute faster to H3, but he's still behind in villagers, he's behind in upgrades, and I believe his boom will just be less efficient. We will see. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not the best Portuguese player out there. But you see already the resources Queen is stacking. She will be aging up to industrial much faster than Bear.
I don't like that none of these players are taking a TP actually.
Yes, this is very disappointing. And Queen of War somehow got 275 wood, so she could definitely take this TP. Do you actually know where this wood comes from?
Yeah, it comes from treasures. They took a lot of treasures, and she took a 90 wood treasure early on, yeah.
Yeah, well, this should be a TP indeed. It's probably like 1 more shipment at 40, I think, that you can send, and 1 more shipment at 40 can mean that you can ship your advanced arsenal and your 2Ps and all your 3 fast training maybe or something with a TP. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, when you play on this kind of maps where you can take a TP, there are other kind of maps, I need to say, in this tournament where you're able to take early on a TP. You should definitely, as soon as possible, take a TP. It's just so good.
Yeah, I think so as well. Then it depends on your sieve. Maybe some sieve needs a wood early on. For example, maybe Germany would keep the wood for meals and TCs and drop the TP only after. I'm not sure, but I think Portuguese, if there's one sieve that would love to take a TP early on, is ports, because they don't spend wood anyway on anything.
Yes.
So they can definitely take a TP. Well, I guess I was probably wrong about the boom. It's actually pretty close. They're gonna age up at the same time, have roughly the same amount of villagers. I think Queen will pop some villagers and catch up, kind of. Maybe she idled her town center, I don't know. I feel like there's something wrong. She should have more villagers when she gets her second TC so much earlier.
Yeah, she's house.
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe she idled her TCs a little bit, and which means that Bear is able to actually have 1 more villager out.
Yeah, this is a little bit always a miss macro that you're getting house with boards, because you think, yeah, I get anyway my TC and then I have 10 more population space. But it's not so easy to handle this.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, the port boom is pretty easy to handle. It's one of the easiest booms. You basically need to make like 1 house. It's from 50 to 60 pop, I think, or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 2 houses maybe. Like you really need only 2 houses, and then you anyway get your factories in, and you can set them on wood and get 1 or 2 more houses without chopping anything. So you really chop. I think in the Portuguese boom you chop only for 1 house.
Wait, and Behren made his
2.
second wood upgrade already.
Oh wow, that's really bad. You don't need wood now. And even if you need wood, I'm gonna say something. You can buy 100 wood. It's much more efficient, because you have a royal mint. You have the second gold upgrade. It's just so much faster to gather gold than wood at this point. And buying wood is just very efficient. If it's only 1 or 200, it's definitely worth it. I would like much better that he would buy a couple 100 wood instead of getting his second wood upgrade. You know, that's just
And
weird.
did you see this was pretty smart? She just let all her stuff coming here at this town center that she can build the town center here. I would have liked Bere also to have the town center here and drop it maybe here on this spot
Yeah,
because he has some resources.
I'm not quite sure about this certain center in base. Yes, there's not so many resources anymore. So it's basically only berries and a gold mine, and even the gold mine I'm pretty sure is low on gold. Because yeah, it's only 1k left out of 5k at start because he's been mining on this gold mine since the start. He also needs to gather his 1k gold by the way under his first town center, I think.
Yeah.
He's not gathering it, and he needs to gather it before H5. Right now it's still fine, but soon he will need to. Okay, I think he's going for it, so it's probably gonna be okay. Maybe needs a bit more villagers on them. Actually, it takes a lot of time to gather 1k gold with only 2 views, even if it's crates. We will see. He probably needs to macro a bit more his villagers to food, because he needs to make villagers from 4 TCs, and he got 1k gold on the floor, so I think he needs to go on food more. On the other hand, Queen of War would have needed to be a bit more on coin.
Yeah, she's actually microing her villagers more on coins than on food. Oh,
Yes.
she deleted also her yaks while Bere has them still here.
Oh, one of them is for Queen. Interesting. Yeah, actually it was pretty good macro from Queen. I was thinking she got too much food, but of course when you need to make villagers from 4 town centers, you always float a bit more food because you need to spend 400 food every once in a while. Every 25 seconds to be accurate.
And now we see here this walking time is just painful. He could have just dropped 1 TC wagon here or 2 even to get the resources. This is just...
He also got a gold mine a bit closer behind his... yeah, there. I think it's a tiny bit closer.
Yeah.
And he backerded his food as well right now next to the gold mine there. A bit more walking time even. So yeah.
And also all villagers are like going on one animal, and you see how long it takes since they go on the animal.
To be honest, when you have a big ball of villagers like this, I would have liked him to just right click this elephant. You don't care if there's another elephant that's gonna backherd or something. You just kill one elephant and put 10 villagers on it, and you're good to go. You know, it's better than right clicking one hunt because it's so small and the villagers they bump into each other. And now finally Bear 10 is aging up, but he's basically clicking H5 when Queen is gonna be aged, right? At like 10 or 20 seconds close.
Now Bear is taking the TP here. This I really liked a lot.
Yeah, I guess it's better late than never, but it's a bit late still.
He also he denied his age up time with another wood upgrade.
Yeah, I don't know why you need wood at this point. I like that Queen of War was getting her second wood upgrade during transition to H5, and then her last wood upgrade after it. And I'm not sure about this upgrade for food for the factories for ports. I think there's a lot of food left on the map, and you shouldn't need to set your factories on food. You can keep them on wood, in my opinion.
Yeah, she have here some food, but I think just she wanted not to spend so much walking time.
Yeah, but that's really close hunts, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you need to pay for an upgrade, which is 500 resources for nothing, for the food upgrade that you don't need otherwise. And you need to set your factories on food, which is also a waste of resources because it's less efficient than on wood. So I think this is a little bit of a mistake, but it's not a huge deal. Can you check her factories if she's still on food right now? Or? Yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, but she have only 7 villagers on food, so she definitely needs to go with her factories on food if she don't want to switch her villagers.
Yeah, but in my opinion, she should switch her villagers. But yeah, okay, it's alright. I mean, it's just not efficient, but it's not the end of the world, I guess. At least she was able to age up faster than Bear 10, so she's still in a good spot, I guess. Because you see now the capital is going up. Queen of War already got her wood upgrade.
Yeah.
And the capital of Bear 10 is only going up now, so she's really ahead in upgrades now. And you see, why would you delay your H5 by making the wood upgrades when you in fact delay the best wood upgrades, the last one from the capital? It's not efficient.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna start to see them just shipping. meal upgrades. Next probably gonna be church guard, I guess, for the food upgrade, and just drop some meals and upgrade them. And Queen of War needs to make a house now.
Bear made already a stagecoach. I'm not
Okay.
sure if it's. Do you know if you can see if it's on stagecoach or on XP?
You mean if it's on resources or on XP?
Mm-hmm.
No, well, the only way to see is to look at the resources count and see if it jumps up.
But this is hard and tricky, I think.
Yeah, but we can see it. But what
you can see on the XP here on top, I guess.
I think he got it on XP. I didn't see it move.
It was jumping a bit on the XP count, and
but I really don't like the stagecoach because he basically spends 400 extra resources for no reason, and Queen of War can benefit from this as well by just making a TP herself without needing to pay for stagecoach. But I'm saying this, but at the same time she's not taking the TP. So right now, so far it's a very good stagecoach for Bear-10, but the question is Queen gonna actually take a TP herself? Because she definitely should.
Yeah, she definitely should go for this TP here. I'm not sure if she even take attention and see this. We can see that Bear-10 is ahead now in XP. Also, when he have all his buildings up, we see they're kind of the same, but Queen have much more buildings up already.
They have the same XP, but there's a ton of plantations for Queen, which means she got a lot of XP from this. So when Bear-10 makes himself some plantations, we're actually gonna see that he's much ahead in XP. But he doesn't have the second meal upgrade, and he... Well, actually he got everything else, but he doesn't have the... Oh, the trick! He's gonna get back the cow! This is cheat!
To be perfectly honest, he could have been super mean and put in all three...
He's eating it now. But you know what? You can also eat a blue cow. A blue cow. Like you can just punch it down, I think. So it doesn't really matter. He could have eaten it all this time.
Wait. He's shipping first the H1 upgrade for his plantation. I guess he wants to go later on plantation, but still it's in the wrong order that he shipped this first.
Yeah, it's not very logical, but to be fair, I think it doesn't matter because he will anyway go on his plantation only when he got all the 3 upgrades in, right?
Yeah, and also he didn't send the church XP.
He got
I got the feeling he don't know about it. To be honest, I also didn't know about it for years. And at some point someone told me this, and then since this, of course, I make it always. So I have the feeling he really don't know about this, that you can make it.
And finally the boss... Yeah, this is true. Yesterday he already skipped the church XP. So actually... The Queen of War is ahead in XP now. It doesn't matter there's a stagecoach or not. It's 1k5 XP. It's gonna take a very long time before Beru can come back from this. They finally boss got the meal upgrade, but it's a bit late, right? On this patch, I think there is no penalty. It's only 20% boost on food. There is no counterpart. On RE, you gather wood and coin and a bit slower. I think 5% slower maybe. But here it's only a boost, so you should directly get it when you ship church card. And you can see, both of them waited like 3 minutes before they get this meal tech from the church after sending the card, which is a bit sloppy.
Oh, now he have it. Nice.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's good.
So now he can ship all his plantation upgrades.
Do you like the rotated plantations?
I ban for this.
But it's nice. She can be wall up here pretty fine, and
she finally notices the train, I think, but she's not really.
She's just looking with her explorer.
like a cow looking at the train, you know.
Yeah. Did you call her a cow?
No, her explorer is a cow. You know, I don't know, in France at least we have a saying like this, you know, that the cows, they just stay in their field and just look at the train far away, or whatever. Anyway,
Actually, we have a lot of fanboys in the chat for Queen of War, rooting for her because she have a big clan. I need to say this from 2 to 9 p.m. clan. There's a lot of people rooting for her because she have a big clan.
But isn't it a French clan?
No, it's her clan.
Wait, let me check.
She is the leader. I have some account inside of it.
Yeah, of course you have accounts everywhere.
Yeah, I know about everything and I'm everywhere, so be aware of me.
Let's play at 2 or 9 p.m. FRA, which means friends for me. Or do you know any other meaning of it?
Yeah, I will talk to you about it later. I will explain to you.
Okay. I feel like it was a French clan and they just made her leader or something. But yeah, anyway.
It's FRA in the back?
Yeah.
We can ask because they are booming, so I think it's not the biggest deal to ask something like that. Oh, she seems busy.
Maybe she doesn't understand because it's not really in the clan tag, it's in the clan name and maybe she's AFK.
I'm not sure, but it's okay. She also don't need to answer. It's a tournament game and... Yeah, she is busy. I'm sorry for the distraction. She have already front base and they're also making his front base here. They both of course could decide to make a base here or wherever they want. It's such a big map, you can just do whatever you like.
There is no river on this new Deccan.
There's no river, we removed the river.
Because of the warships?
Yes, exactly. Because of Acolyte.
Okay.
So at this point I think we take 10 or 13 minutes break and we'll be right back, guys.
See you soon.
I need to find out,
Oh, you know what you can do? Put the camera on the train.
Oh really?
Yeah, on top. Oh yeah. Yeah, but on the front, on the locomotive, you know, it's much more interesting.
Oh god.
This is really nice to watch. Now you guys can enjoy this for the next 10 minutes and see you soon.
So, we are back. I took a piece of chocolate, I'm sorry. Let's zoom it a bit. Just a little bit that we can see more. So yeah, Queen, it seems like she's not able to take this training post. I'm not sure. In my opinion, it should be in her range. Queen make like 5 walls, and bear make 5 and 1 small eco wall. The boss wall is really nice, I think.
Yeah, so this TP thing, I'm not quite sure. You should pause and tell them to take a screenshot, and maybe ask Queen if she can actually take the TP, because anyway it's the end of treaty, so.
No.
Oh, this kind of sucks. She should have said something, to be honest. We could have even maybe asked Bearer to delete his TP at some point or something to make it fair. I don't know, you know.
Well,
it's hard. It's hard to say if I don't know, but
well, it's a tournament. When you see the other one has a TP and
you can't take a TP, you should realize, yeah.
Yeah, you should say something. You should not take it like this.
Yeah, this is obviously unfair, and it should not.
And it's even written in the rules that you can rehost if you want.
Yeah, that's a bit sad. But well, I guess it's not the biggest deal. At the end of the day, she still somehow has a bit better score. So I don't know how he got 2 more units than her.
I don't know.
Maybe Minutemen, but it's weird.
I can't.
It's funny that the UI, yeah guys, by the way, don't get confused by the UI. It always shows the RE picture. I don't know if it's possible to change it. So, for example, it shows that they both called Besteros, but in fact it's 2Ps on 3D patch.
Are you ready?
But it shows crossbows anyway. And the same goes for the 32-piece shipment from Queen of White, in fact 25 I think. It's not 30. I don't know if it's possible to fix that.
Let's change the UI. Or we can keep it on
Can you just show the last shipments? There is no overpop for Bearer 10. She got 2 explorers and the 2-piece, and instead...
But you have no fast training,
yeah.
And he shipped fast training cards.
Damn, yeah, that's... I'm not sure about this mortar card first. I think it's a bit weird, but...
To be honest, the bases are so close. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess.
Boss have explorer villages on the side here, and she also here, but Bear don't have, to be able to wall up the side pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm really confused about this overpop. I'm not sure it's even interesting to have more population at start if you anyway can't respam fast after you lost your units. It's probably more interesting to be able to make units back fast. Doesn't matter if the other guy got a bit more. User training is slow. Okay, so there we go. A lot of artillery for Bearer 10 there. But actually Queen of War also got 8 cores, they're just not coming in range.
Yeah, they have both a lot of artillery, and Bere was smart that he had already the mortar with the range, I need to say. It's what I said. He's able to mortar her front base pretty fast.
But she has so many buildings. This is also smart from her, that she was ready to get mortared, I guess. The thing is that there's not much more on the field now, and I mean both players could now make a lot of hussars, I feel like, and finish the artillery of the other. And there we go, we have some huss for Queen of War, and she could just go directly straight to the curves and mortars and organ guns and just clean it up, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why the scorings are going so much forward when there are some... he was able to shoot down this mortar, but still...
Not worth it, yeah. So now we have the fast training coming in for Queen of War a bit late. We have a wall going up on the left for Queen, but not on the right, and the opposite for Bearer. But he's doing a better job at walling, in my opinion. He's already making a few layers in the middle. Queen doesn't make any wall in the middle on the plateau.
If Queen would be pretty smart, she could just have him here some units and take down this.
Yeah, she could make an artillery foundry and some detox there or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
To be honest, since he has no wall at all on the left side, she could even just make some mortars and try to snap some stuff in his base, you know, with a mortar card, if she can ship it, you know. Like, you can probably reach the factories, to be honest, if you bring mortars there.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure with the range boost.
Yeah, it's not so much on treaty patch anymore.
It's 48, on RX 50, it's still done, 48 range. I don't know.
I like this walls from Beere, but I also would like to see him here to wall up and to save his natives.
Yeah, I think both players should be walling both sides, right? And also this wall from Bearer on the right is actually not so relevant, because there is a TP line and he didn't really do something, you know, like she did block, you know, with her walls along the TP line to make sure your no units can come. Well, she's building it now. And he just has a big gap in his wall, basically, so it's not a very useful wall.
Yeah, usually you should wall up here.
Yeah.
And then finish here.
And on both sides of the... I think the best is to circle the TP line with walls on both sides of it.
Yes, exactly. This is what you want, like she's doing here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But...
and then put sheep to block.
Both are not making natives right now.
Yeah,
this could be a huge advantage.
Can you check the nets? It's packed here on both sides?
Yes.
And
tiger claws.
And they give 5% attack on all units, I think? The first one maybe, or... Yeah, this is 5% attack for all units. And the berries card is really useless in treaty, but it's actually pretty good for Japan in sub. But yeah, maybe they just took it to get the 5% boost. It's definitely worth it, but I guess you can make nets as well. Why not?
But actually, Queen of War is dropping a lot of score because she didn't ship her fast training, so she was not able to hold pop, and also now she's not holding pop at all.
I would really like her to just use the fact that she's under pop to make a lot of hussars right now, because there's not much anti-cav. She's making like 15 huss now, actually. Yeah, that's... Wow, more coming. Yeah, I like this. Like, yeah, she dropped score because she was under pop, but at the same time, she's gonna be able to make that kind of pay off by cleaning up this huge amount of Cazadors, and there are more Cazadors coming in for red, which is not what he wants right now. He wants Dragoons and Hussars or something to kill the Huss, you know? Like, he's gonna get cleaned up, I think, and there's even a big batch of Coverings coming in to snipe the artillery of Bear 10. I think this was a nice comeback from Queen there. At least if I am behind in military, at least it means I can make again some new units, whatever I like, and use that to counter the opponent's unit composition, you know. And yeah, I think this was the best she could do out of this situation.
Oh, this I really like, that he brings a mortar here on the side with the range. This is a classic Deccan gameplay. You bring mortars here on the sides, and you deny the front base of the other
Yes,
player.
that's exactly why I vetoed Deccan in my series, because I knew the cliffs and stuff. Like, you know, you make a wall and behind you bring your 50 range mortar, and it's just like, ugh. It's probably why they even took ports on Deccan, right?
Yeah.
It's one good reason. With all the cliffs, the artillery becomes pretty important, and I think it's just pretty good to be ports there.
Oh, he's making some haste here, and he's also going to wall up the side here, so he's taking slowly some map control.
The one last thing I wanted to say about being ports on this map is that there is no Inca, there is no fast training from the Inca, but ports just so happen to have the 3 fast training in the game, like artillery, infantry, cavalry, the 3 cards you need, and I think that's pretty interesting to play a Civ with all the fast training on the map without Inca. Another example is Russia, even better, they have 2 infantry fast training cards, and I think that's pretty interesting on a map without Inca because it really makes up for it. But yeah, now Red is in his turn making some hustle. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of action in the middle right now.
Yes, there's a lot going on, and Queen of War's dropping score all the time, more than in Bear 10.
Yes.
We also have here this mortar. Now Bear is going to confuse Queen a little bit. This mortar should shoot on the stable here. This wall is pretty smart.
It's really aggressive rolling, yeah. And he's making a gate, and he's ready to like probably pull his mortar back if she sends some hussars. He can probably save his mortar. I would like him to actually, yeah, he's walling his mortar, kind of. He's protecting his mortar with the wall, you know?
Yeah, and he's also bringing some wounds that the mortar don't get killed by this house, but it will be not enough.
Yeah, he should have put the mortar back, like make a gate and pull it through the gate. But, well, I mean, it's treaty, it's not like losing one mortar is a huge deal. What matters is that he got his map control with his walls on the right side of the middle of here, you know, like he got like 3 layers of walls, and I think this is gonna be pretty tough for Queen. If you want to siege his walls down, I mean, it takes a ton of time. Even in treaty with mortars, it still takes time to siege walls.
Do you know he could just petard this from here? He could make petards and bring them here and petard all this front base. And with the slow training, she would be really in a bad positioning.
Well, she does have a wall, I think, on the right, and it gives her a line of sight, you know. This wall here.
Yeah.
Maybe she would see it coming, and maybe she would react in time. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's an idea.
Oh, now we see some tiger claws coming in from Queen. She make a... Wait.
There is a native embassy. Did they come from the TP?
Well, better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. But native embassy would be nice now. And tiger claws are not bad or something, so I don't know why they don't make nuts.
They like Huss, right?
They're kind of like lancers a bit. They have a multiplier against infantry. I don't know, it's hard to say. Maybe like an Aginata. It's only against ranged infantry they have a multiplier. Yeah, it's just a weird unit.
Oh, and we see him here coming from Huss, and Bear keeps mortaring Queen's front base. But he also is getting a tiny bit pushed. Now the scores are getting more and more even.
Yeah, I didn't see that, it's right. But there's another mortar now for red here on the side. She needs to take control of this side. Finally she's making a nice wall there, I like it.
Yeah,
It's not a lot of map control, it doesn't really let you take map control over your opponent, but at least it means that she can't get flanked from there. But red can still bring a mortar behind the wall, you know?
yeah, and red has not so many buildings anymore to make units. Could be a deal for him, and also these mortars are going to die now.
And he's a bit underpopped, although now he's popping stuff. He's maybe overmaking mortars, I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so. This is a good decision, this mortar here under the tower. It's a bit...
Okay, yeah, I guess. Oh well, she's actually also making like 4 more. Well, yeah, that's too many in my opinion, but yeah. she needs to retake control on this of this right side a bit. She needs to do something. I don't know, even if you need to make 5 petards to bring the wall down, I think it doesn't matter. You need to wall up the right side, like she did on the left, you know? There is this little wall on the left, walling the cliff, and she could do the same on the right.
Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, and these mortars now, they're getting killed.
Oh, big batch of covering there.
Bear is getting a little bit with macro. He has so much coin and not so much food left.
Wow, a little bit. Yeah, he's a lot with macros actually.
Oh well, it's treaty. It doesn't matter so much because there are so many resources, but he should switch soon a little bit more to food.
Well, the thing is that now he will need to switch your food and probably build like 3 or 4 meals, right? Like to fix this miss macro, or maybe even more, maybe 5 or 6 meals or something. He will basically need to switch all his meals on food almost. So it's kind of it's gonna take a lot of food to do that, and he's not so high on wood. I don't know.
Yeah, and this one here is getting finished. Oh, and here we have some husks coming from the side to make sure that there's not coming so many mortars anymore. But he's a bit protected with these wards. The Queen of War is dropping more scores than Bearers doing.
Yeah, they have a weird pattern in their scores. Like one time she loses 200 and then he loses 200, you know, I'm not sure what happens exactly, but yeah, it's not gonna matter if Bearer doesn't fix his macro, it's not gonna matter because he's gonna be out of food before Queen is out of resources, I think.
Well, maybe Queen is faster out of coin, but she has so many villagers and I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
But boss players are also... Well, Bear stopped with his factory, I think. Or maybe he has one factory still on wood. Let me take a look.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. This is a good choice because he's also not making any kind of... Oh, there we have some tiger claws. But now the problem of Bear is that he don't have any kind of front base. He needs to make a base as soon as possible.
Oh, wow, yeah, this is just huge. The working time of the units is just a big deal. I don't understand how Bearer is already sending his infinite shipments and Queen of War isn't. What did he not ship that she did? Did he get artillery HP?
Yeah, he shipped it earlier.
Oh, it's maybe just he got more XP from the train all this time? I don't know. It's a bit weird. But he's able to make his buildings new. You see now, I think he got a lot of buildings actually. I mean a lot. He got a few. He got enough.
Dropping a lot of buildings now. And I would like really that boss players making more natives. Oh, and she didn't make it's only champions, not legendary.
Nah, this is just because of in which order it's bugged. Okay. You see, it's just bugged. She shipped it after she upgraded them, so they're called champions.
Oh yeah, they made them, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. 180 HP is what your Tupis should have with sports and treaty, so they're definitely fully upgraded. It's just a bug of the main display.
Yeah, and Bear is preparing to fighting in this kind of choke. He should mortar this low HP wall to get more space.
Yes, this is actually a pretty good positioning now for Queen. This nice choke with a lot of skirms and Bear kind of overmaking dragoons. But again, she's now shipping another upgrade. She's shipping another upgrade. I don't know why he is not. There must be something he didn't ship. I don't know.
He shipped everything. He didn't ship. He shipped everything, yeah.
Well, this is really weird. I guess she just has less XP.
Yeah, maybe she make less units, you know? She was all the time at full pop, and of course...
And she kill less units also.
Exactly, and then you get more XP when you kill more units and make more units.
This is true, maybe.
And there is all the time shipping infinite musketeers, all the time. This is really good.
And finally she starts shipping infinite stuff. She didn't ship the nuts. I think it's because she's a bit low on coin. She should probably switch her factories from wood to coin now.
Yes.
Because 9k wood is more than enough. Bearer, on the other hand, should probably start switching his factory back to wood. Because he's very low on wood now, 500, and he needs to get some wood income. He got his train on wood, but that's just not enough. 1 TP on train. By the way, Queen took more TPs than him, which I like. But she should probably have taken Stagecoach on the left side when she saw that he didn't take any TPs there. She could have probably took 2 TP Stagecoach even on the left, you know? Because they anyway don't fight there, so it could be a nice little boost.
Yeah. This is a nice positioning of towers from both players. You want to have the towers in the back of your army, that when there's coming from Haas in or something, that they get just shoot by the towers.
Yeah, but the mortars have so much range. Oh my god.
His mortars are just insane, and Bere, yeah, he makes so much artillery. I really like it. It's really what you need on Deccan. You need a lot of artillery, a lot of mortars and turrets.
This mortar range, I really don't. I still don't accept it in my brain that it's so much, you know. It's like shocking.
This is normal zoom, and you even
even one screen is not enough.
Have problems to see it, yeah.
No, yeah, wow. He got so much artillery now. I would like her to just make a lot of cav.
Yeah, she could make a ton of Haas, but now she has a lot of coverings.
Yeah, I guess covering is one answer to artillery, but when the guy got really nothing to cover his artillery, I guess making her task is just easier and more efficient, because now she is, if she makes coverings, then she needs to micro them carefully.
And Bere is making some Haas and getting a covering down with it.
Yeah, and the problem is that she has so many castles, but he has a ton of organ guns, and I'm not sure if... I mean, castles have so low HP, I think they get completely raped by organ guns, so if he can focus the fire, it will probably be a big slaughter.
I don't get where is Bere's pop. I mean, okay, it's in mortars and...
It's just in training time also, because it takes time to train stuff without incast. Like you see now, it's like 10 pop of guns popping, 20 pop of guns popping, you know?
Yeah, for mortars it's just too much. It's enough when you have 2 mortars. When you not can push so hard. Oh no, some native embassy going up. This I really like.
Yeah. But Queen of War is still pretty much behind in score, and she's running low on gold. Bere then did switch a couple extra villagers on food, because I remember he had 35, now he got 40. He needs more on food. I mean, his gold doesn't drop. He doesn't need so many views on coin at all now. He needs really to make, I don't know, like 5 meals or something.
I think he switched a little bit already.
A bit, but he needs to switch more. He even doesn't need to make meals, maybe, just at least make your meals 10 villagers each, you know. I think it's not a huge deal if there's a bit more villagers than the standard 7 or 8 on a meal. As long as you get food income, that's the thing.
Oh, this has very good damage on the mortars. If Bere is not reacting.
Yeah, and he's not focusing his build on them. Oh, he's now. Kind of.
Bear is not bringing his third explorer here.
Oh yeah.
But this wall is pretty smart.
Yeah, it came up just in time, to be honest. Like, there was a bunch of castles gonna raid the artillery, and in fact the wall just went up in time.
This flank.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you need map control, and you need to make walls, then you can make gates and go through.
I want to point out that Berensen, he's an Orinoco player back in the days, and he switched to Tricky Patch also. And he's used to having a slow train time.
I see. What about the TCs? Shouldn't you have like one forward TC at least with Portuguese to spam your explorers and make some new villages for building?
If you're sure that you're pushing like Vera is doing now, if you don't need, because you see they're already always coming up. And also, what is good to point out, sometimes I was thinking, why is the explorer just stand up? Like for example, when the explorer would be dead here, he would stand up because there's next to him a wall. He would.
Yeah, of course.
Awake.
I mean, it's like in sub, when you bring a unit, it just goes up.
Yeah, and the wall is counting as a unit. I didn't know this.
Yeah, but the problem is that they go back with 100 HP. And when you buy them, they have like 2k5 HP, which is just so much more. That's the point. Like they're gonna die in like when the hulls are dead, you see they die in no time. They tank a little bit, but not so much.
Bring your mask, please.
Oh no, kill the organ gun. Oh, why is she running her hussars straight in the goon instead of killing the organ gun?
Oh, and Bere, he switched his factories now against the wood. Come on, please, both of you. You can just take this into a control group and making even from here some natives. I would really like this.
Well, how much do these natives cost? Do you know? Can you check on the TP? 60 food, 50 wood. It's pretty expensive.
Well, you have sheep and nuts, 20%.
Yeah, for sure, but I mean, Vera is low on both food and wood. I don't know if he can actually afford to making these nuts right now. Well, he could afford if he actually switches his wheels to wood and food from coin. Like, he got a batch of trees next to his native posts that he could chop.
Yeah, of course. You could definitely switch some villagers from coin to wood. Yeah, and this native, or even here, he has 2 or 3 trees left, and here inside the wall, here's one villager chopping still. Wow, these are so many forward villagers.
Yeah, I think she's tired of getting flanked by this cavalry. But the wall will go soon down, there's one mortar shooting on it, and he's in a very safe spot behind the layer of walls. I think Bera overall just did a better job at being aggressive, taking map control with his walls and his calf flanks. I think it was just one reason why he was winning the game. And look at these 5 organ guns now. There is nothing to kill them, she needs to go back.
Yeah, she is pulling back her... oh wow, but this cool ring, they're getting flanked by the husk. So she has actually nothing to kill. I mean, only one cool ring, but this cool ring can get sniped by the
yeah, and the artillery HP thing means that you need 2 hits to actually kill an organ gun instead of 1. And so 1 covering is kind of awkward. You want 2 of them, I think. Well, she does, to be fair, she does a good job at shooting at 1 organ gun and then sniping it with a couple 2Ps, because it's so low HP, the organ gun, after 1 covering shot, that you can actually finish it with range units.
The problem is that she's running out of food now.
Yeah, and not only out of food. Bearer is pretty low on food and wood, but at least he got a ton of coins, so he can, if he really needs to, he can just switch all his wheels from coin to other resources, but she can't, simply because she don't have any resources. She has just enough to survive right now, but very soon she will be out of every resource, especially food, yes. She can make 1 more meal, like switch to 10 wheels from coin to food or something, but even this way she will be soon out of resources. What's up? What's so funny?
I'm asking the chat why there are 2 queens in this game, a beer and a baguette.
Ah, yeah, okay. Let's all laugh to his jokes and he's happy.
I like his jokes. Beere, make units! Come on! Then we have still game 3 on Orinoco! Are you ready for this?
Oh my god, okay. I didn't sign up for this.
But I don't know if we get it in time, because at 15 GMT we have Eastern Laws versus Black Sword.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, this is
15 GMT, within 1 hour 40 should be fine, I guess.
Yeah, maybe we can make it. I guess I can also wait a little bit.
Yeah, these bitches can wait. Anyway, whoever of them win will lose to me in the next round, right?
Of Kichtenlot and
Black Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I mean, they can just post forfeit, I guess. I think that's the best way to not waste my time.
Beere is now, he needs to do something. He cannot, I need to say this, he cannot just do his usually camp and waiting that the other one is just bringing all his stuff, because Queen is smart. She's a queen, of course she's smart. She's bringing back her cazadors to not get killed by all these organ guns.
Yeah, but he's kind of, I mean, he's not exactly pushing, but at least slowly he's making some buildings. Probably playing it a little bit too safe with his towers. I mean, he got literally like 6 towers there, shooting at nothing, because anyway, he's pushing, so he needs to push his towers as well. Like, what if...
Here a wall, to be honest. You can just from here to here make a wall.
And what about making some towers a bit more aggressively, like, I don't know, half a screen more forward?
This you can definitely delete, and this as well to be safe.
Yeah, he could at least delete the 2 back tower and just make them on, well, in front, you know? Like next to where his cazadors are standing right now. At the very least, it might force Queen of War to make a mortar to kill these towers, which is already a win for Beretan. Because she's solo on resources, I don't think she wants to spend a population of mortars to hold the military count. So making towers to force her to make mortars, I think is a very good deal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually more zoomed out than before, and I like it more.
Yeah, I hope that my screen can handle this zoom.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
I need to say the plateau of Deccan is a bit more zoomed in because it's higher, you know?
Yeah.
So it looks not so far like yesterday, so maybe that's why it's not lagging, because it's a bit closer. Yesterday also when we zoomed just a little bit it was fine, so I think now it's just fine.
Yeah, I think when we zoom too much it also looks like ants fighting each other.
Yeah, but right now it's definitely fine. I think everybody can see what's going on, it's not too much zoomed out.
Well, Queen is running shortly on all resources actually. It looks like Beere has the game.
Yeah, this looks like game
My
over.
bettings are not lost.
So you say that, oh, she's a queen, she's smart and blah, and in fact you bet against her.
Yes, I bet against her. I bet for Beere.
Great tricky at me.
I need to say Beere is made of me for really, I don't know how long, since a couple of years, and of course I'm a little bit in the favor of him, but also I like Queen really much, and she's a really nice person, and she has a really big clan, and I also need to thank her a lot. She donated like $100 to this tournament.
Yes, this is very nice. But anyway, betting is not really about if you like one person better than the other or not. It's more like about who is gonna win, you know?
The problem is I don't play so much with Queen because she plays on other kind of times than I play. But I know Beere and how he plays, and he's with some tips. Like yesterday in Germany, he was really sloppy, and he was later in PM telling me that he played super bad and he shouldn't have played Germany. And I also said to him what he made wrong, and he said, yeah, he's known about it, and Yeah, but now
Yeah.
he's in the favor because it's Deccan. You have slow training, and Queen is just an Andy's player. And now
And
Queen is out of resources pretty soon.
And it's only a best of 3, so you should definitely pick only civs that you are very comfortable with, because you can't really afford to drop games in a best of 3. I mean, you can drop 1 game, and then you can't anymore. And also you need only 2 civs in a best of 3, so why would you pick a civ that you're not comfortable with? You can definitely pick only civs you know. You need to know only 2 civs. I don't know why he went Germany yesterday, but...
Where Germany have really good eco and it's really a nice civ on Andy's. But the problem is that Beere usually is not the 1v1 player, he plays mostly team, and he's mostly teaming with Dictator, for example, of course, and then he don't need to go in nets, so other player go in nets, and he's not used to playing nets so much.
I see. Well, to be fair, most players I feel are team players in Treaty anyway. Like most games you see is team. You don't see so many 1v1.
Yeah.
But I would like to point out that, well, for one thing, the shipment sense is very nice to see. And for another, they still have a lot of shipments unspent, especially Bearer 10. Like Bearer was so high on coin, right?
Oh wow!
Bearer was not able to spend his coins the whole game, so why didn't he ship the infinite nuts? I think that he should be shipping Tupis and not Musketeers.
Yeah, he is now, and Queen of War called it GG. Wow, this was actually unexpected. I was really thinking that Bearer will drop another game as well, but now we have a game 3. Okay, nice. So we move directly on with next game. I hope, yeah, 5 minutes. So we do a 5-minute break. Let's have a quick look. There we see that both players are trying to keep the pop up. But
I would have liked to see the units lost, but now it's too late to see the cover and stats, because I think